Welcome to part 2. We're at the mysterious new age. Well, maybe not new since it's in the past, but it's new to us. The mysterious age. Well, we gotta capture more monkeys, of course. It's never that simple. It looks like we're just getting under half of what there is. Look at that new monkey pant type. I gotta hurry up and get started. Here we go. Black pants. Wild, untamed monkeys will use machine guns to attack you, but are poor shots. Oh, that's not a lot of faith already. How do you have an enemy that's supposed to be about guns and somehow isn't good at it? Oh, whatever. Anyway, this is the level where you'll finally actually get to use the monkey radar to its proper, its actual use. Back in the training course, you couldn't use the L button to, look at some information at the monkeys. Here, we can finally use it for what it's intended. Besides just finding where the monkeys are. And there's monkeys hiding in here, of course, so what do? Stun club them. What else do you do? Looks like you could hide something in there, so yes, look in there. So the monkey radar, when you actually get to use it on monkeys, will, besides tracking them, will also tell you information, such as this one, Freddie, monkey level 2, always keeping a sharp lookout. And along with some stats, which you really shouldn't concern yourself with, because it's practically superficial most of the time. But it does give you a nice little information on the monkeys. It's a serious tradition to keep up this cute little details about monkeys. So here we are. And I keep getting eaten by that plant. Obviously you just attack it and it'll leave you alone once it's in there. But you're gonna have to do this if you want to actually kill it. Would you look at that? We're nearing 100 chips. We're about to see what they do. Obviously, I've already told this before, so it's not that hard until you figure it out. Can disappear in a flash. Wow. I think that's an accurate statement here, game. It's almost like it's trying to insult me in some way. I don't know what that was about. That was stupid. The monkey, not the monkey, the plant just reached and grabbed the stun club and actually ate me. Don't know how that happens, but it happens. Yep, you get to see me be frustrated by a monkey disappearing in a flash. True to form. And apparently there's a scanner here. And they foreshadow a flying gadget. So this is one of the things they do to make sure you don't do too much all at once. They lock off areas. We actually already went through... The first level itself already had something like that, like a high ledge you couldn't jump normally. The third level has this gate that you can't get past, but I haven't shown that off yet, so let's forget what I said. Anyway, he didn't disappear in a flash this time. He's here, the monkey. And of course, all of them will require you giving chase. Unfortunately, in this game, we only have very limited types that don't actually, do anything else but attack from a distance. That's the thing I noticed. This is before we got monkeys that actively, just look at you funny and fight you. We're just stuck with some monkeys that just run away. I mean, almost all the weapon types seem to be all those of, ranged attacks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not until the sequel until we get some actual monkeys that do anything other than just scratch the air and shoot at you. And we got into another barrier where we can't get a monkey. This monkey is not reachable at this moment, so we're just gonna have to ignore it. Yep, I can't jump high enough. So, what a shame. We're just gonna have to ignore it. And here's one thing that you'll be glad the PSP version improves, the robo. Normally on the PlayStation, you gotta use the L stick and the right stick to, you know, use individual paddles. You'll see you can see where this is going. It's not as good as it sounds, trust me. You gotta just, yeah. As you can see here, the PSP version just does both right away. Makes controlling it a whole lot easier. Because believe you me, it's pretty frustrating when you have to try to turn it and, well, sorry, but you didn't. You gotta figure out the stick that does that. Well, maybe that's not so hard, but man, I really don't like having to do that. And last time I played this, well, I encountered a glitch and my rowboat couldn't move no matter how fast I paddled. But I won't take that as a thing against the rowboat itself in the PlayStation version. Here though, it's a pleasant ride. Just hold the stick where you want to go. And now we're about to be introduced to a new thing you can do with the stun club. If I haven't already shown it before. I get distracted by those instruction manuals. And they're just repeating information again. So, throughout the game we have these little wheels that you can hit. Yeah, you can just hit them like that and it'll work just fine, if a little slow. But you can rotate yourself and look at this. You can spin. Spin yourself to get past all these obstacles. A difference between this and the original PlayStation version is that these like little thing gates or whatever it's impacted by the wheel goes a whole lot slower. So while it'll take a while to, you know, raise that gate, it also takes a little while for it to close. This is a contrast to the original PlayStation version where it was massively sped up. You just like spun for a second, like less than a second, it's already up. But that gave you like maybe 2 seconds to go under the bridge. Maybe not that, but enough time, but barely. If you can't tell how Japanese this game is, well, here's a monkey in a sauna. Well, maybe it's not Japanese, I'm just being... I need a comparison for this game's region. And, well, it's the closest thing I could think of. But it is one way to modernize the past. And that's very specific stuff about plants. Yep, I ignored the monkey there. And that other monkey as well. Because look at this. That's a pretty ugly looking tree. Also, there's jars here for infinite cookies. It's obviously very broken because it just means you can run away and you'll always have what you need. Anyway, yes, this monkey somehow controls this tree. It goes inside it, the mouth gets webbed up, and now it's suddenly attack. Yep, well, I guess this isn't the Whomping Willow, but yeah, it's a whole lot pathetic. Very pathetic. I remember being afraid of this as a kid, though. This thing looks creepy. Anyway, you just attack its branches and its tree-like arms, and then you'll be allowed to attack the main stump itself. Hit it enough times and it just turns back into a normal, ugly tree. And the monkey has nowhere to go. It should be grateful though, it looked like it was trapped inside there. I guess technically you could say that's a boss, but meh. It's like a thing you can ignore and everything.
Pretty good.
Whatever, I don't care. Well, I hope you enjoyed that level, because we're not coming back for a while, again. To the Dark Ruins. As you can tell, we're gonna go up into the sky. Finally, pits are an actual threat besides just being the edge of the map. Then again, that third level was actually, technically, the first level, there was an actual edge to the map that you could try to walk off, but it was impossible. There's an invisible wall bounding you, but this time you can in fact fall off the edge of the map. Or at least the ground anyway. And we're finally introduced to enemies that don't die in one hit. Onions. Whatever the game calls it. Yeah, in fact, onions. It's called onions. I don't know what the thought behind that was, but I hope that's just the on the loose translation. Chase if you can, catch if you can't. Whatever. I do like how much range you have with this radar. Cause normally I don't think any games, like any of the Ape Escape games, allow you to do that. Anything like that. Then again, I haven't played those in a while. This was in fact my most recent experience with Ape Escape in a long time. Then again, I did go play the other games like sometime before I recorded this. Oh, we got the blue pants monkey. They're the fast ones. Or if you see Sonic before, it's a bright color. Blue pants. Don't carry any weapons, but can really burn rubber to escape you. Yep, they are basically really, really fast. They're your fastest like monkeys in the game. So yeah, it's a game I'm pretty sure is trying to discourage you from trying to catch this monkey, but as you can tell here, the monkey here has a really big flaw where it actually could run into you. Obviously, I messed up my first chance because, well, it hit me. But you can get it to run into you and just, well, you can just catch it. See, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the monkey you're not supposed to catch until way later, until you got the right gadget. But once again, yes, you can outsmart the game and just catch the monkey right here and then. Unfortunately, that monkey there beyond the fence is not catchable. Unlike the blue monkey, though, you can actually catch it in the first playthrough or visit. Oh yeah, so shove blocks in the past. I thought we were just told not to harm little, plants for some reason, but oh, these stones, you can just break them any other time of the day. It's what's gonna happen in the future. And again, what kind of time travel rules does this game apply? It's like, I don't know, it's very loose. Like, how much are we affecting the future by, doing all the stuff we're doing here? Look at that, it's all the stuff I talked about earlier. The lamps on their helmets. Still going Metal Gear Solid rules here. Now we got the splitting enemies. Just do this, you win. Spin to win. Although Spectre did mention that he does have some enemy, like monsters of his own. The problem is, how do you tell the difference between what would probably be Spectre's forces and what's a native of the past? How much have they already affected it at this point? Like, how much has the past been changed already just by being there? Is it still ongoing? No, knowing time travel rules, that's not how it works. They've probably already been there, like, even if Spectre is like watching all this happening right now, and technically hasn't sent, you know, monkeys to a certain period of time. All he has to do is just send them, and they're there already. They were there. They're in the past. And here's a sly little thing the game does. There's a drawbridge here that doesn't go down normally. There's a switch here that does it. This one leads to an actual path. The other one just kills you. Straight up kills you. That's just a little devious. So what am I doing? I'm messing around apparently. Yeah, don't fall down that pit, by the way. If there's anything you need to remember, go down the pit that doesn't go down normally. But that one, avoid it. The game's blatantly trying to kill you. And for a level 3 monkey, they're pretty lousy catching you. And again, I haven't bothered ever checking up on what the levels actually mean. Like I said, all these stats and stuff are pretty superficial. And finally, we got the monkey to do what we wanted. And now, I'm in the pit. Unfortunately, this monkey's not pretty smart at all, because it just let Spike all the way here. And yeah, watch out for that. These statues will kill you. And they explode. Well, that's one piece of the past, overwritten past, that we're trying to get rid of. And as you can tell, you cannot damage them unless they're moving. So, vulnerable when they're not moving. So I guess their statue forms are really, really powerful. And here we are confronted by yet another monkey that we can't catch. You think you could probably just keep jumping up here, but the slope here is really slippery apparently. The previous slopes that we have encountered, you could just keep jumping on them, like off them, and like you can like ascend on them, but this one you can't for some reason. You just go on there and whoops, Spike lost his grip and now he's slipping all the way down. And there's yet another monkey here. Maybe they should have put the blue monkey here so it's possible that you could slip off. Well, not that it's that hard, but this one's still pretty annoying to catch. With that monkey out of the way, we can finally wreak havoc on the past. By the way, don't walk off with the block there. That'll actually give you damage. If you're on your last cookie, you just lost a life. If not, a game over. And this leads to a secret underground chamber. And we got these new enemies here, these little fireball things. So let me see here. Oh, they're not here. Never mind. I didn't bother memorizing these names, so... In fact, there's actually an enemy, enemy catalog you can have in this game. It's actually a new thing they added in the PSP remaster. I don't know exactly how you unlock more of it. I think you just need to defeat the enemy itself, but for some reason, even if you take out just one, it doesn't unlock it. Like, I don't know what's up with that. So there's a chance you can take out a specific enemy and it'll still not count in your enemy log. Oh, and this is fun. You gotta tiptoe here. Just a reminder that if you fall off, you lose a life. Obviously that slope does not allow you to go up there if you're too slow. But it's all for a Spectre coin. And a missiles. Who could these belong to? Why, none other than the Green Pants Monkey. Let's talk about him. Green Pants, eagle-eyed and on high alert, will use rocket launchers to attack you. See, what did I tell you? They use range attacks. And this is where you have to acknowledge the stealth mechanics here. Whatever little there is. Like, it's even more, it's like even less of a stealth game than Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus was. And with that, that's all the monkeys. Maybe you should probably go after that green monkey some other time if you're not that good at the game. But I mean, then again, it's a learning experience.
Pretty good.
That sneaking does come in handy a few times, but nah. And now to the cryptic relics. Well, this is certainly was a good stopping point when I was a kid. Don't know how or why, but it was.
Spike! A new gadget is almost ready!
The slingback shooter lets you fire different kinds of ammo. Try it out in the training facility before you beam out. Remember, if you fail to clear the training level, you won't be able to advance to the next level. Good luck!
We finally got the ranged weapon of the game. Yep, we can finally get those pesky monkeys that are on vines, just enjoying their life. With this, we can finally just take aim and not have to worry a thing. You got 3 pellet types. You can shoot these normal pellets, you can fire these explosive ones, you can shoot missiles. The explosive ones are obviously increased damage. The missile ones are ones that allow you to lock onto enemies so you don't have to do the aiming yourself. And of course you got infinite pellets, because imagine running out of those. If I remember correctly, the original game allowed you to have 2 types of aiming. You could just hold back on sling like you would with the analog stick. And, you know, it works like this. Unfortunately, the aiming manually really sucks in this. Like, have you actually ever tried to manually aim? Yeah, it's not fun. There's a reason why the sequels removed that option. In the sequels, whenever you use the slingback shooter, you always default to the first person view. You couldn't actually manually aim it like in the first game. Apparently this one too. Don't know why they kept it, but it's there. And unfortunately, we have reached our maximum capacity for gadgets. So if we want to use the slingback shooter, we gotta replace something. And unfortunately, the stun club and the time net are very valuable, so you can see where this is going. Then again, like, you could just replace. Technically, you always need the time net assigned, because when are you ever not gonna need it? But yeah, everything else, like, you could switch it out. But I prefer to use the time net. Also, the professor's talking about fish. I don't know what that was about. That one's an oddity. Anyway, time to put the slingback shooter to good use. Yeah, we already got enemies crawling on the ceiling. And they replenished our weapon type. Weapon type is nice. So from now on, we're just gonna have this kind of stuff. And at least this level's designed around the slingback shooter to an extent. Then again, you could probably just put this level, like, this could have been level 2. It would have worked. They don't hide too many things from behind too much stuff. And they could always just adjust the monkey count so you don't miss out on too much. But could you imagine having, like, all these big levels, but you're locked out of majority of it until like half of the game later? Okay, even the game points out that you've probably memorized how to do all this stuff. Well, maybe not memorized, you know how to do this stuff. And I just got a pellet wasted because draw distance calling, whatever. As you can tell, those enemies are really weak. That just one little pellet, and they're already going straight into the pit. I got this new type of enemy here. How powerful is it? Tink. Well, this is a good use of the slingback shooter when it's not trying to auto-aim for you. Unfortunately, these enemies are a little their armor is a little too strong. But how do you deal with it? Just get them out of range. Apparently, if you leave their range, they just plain stop. I don't know why. That's a very odd weakness. I seriously wonder what those things are. There's do they even have legs? I guess they're pretty mysterious spiders of a mysterious age. I like that. That's a bottomless pit, but there's spikes all over it. That's overkill. If I remember correctly, those spikes look pretty nice on the PlayStation. They got that weird look though, but that classic. I don't know what you'd call it. The lights, some sort of effect. Whatever. This is the PlayStation version. I can't really say too much about it. I did play the PlayStation version though, back then. So no, I did not grow up with this too long. I played the other one first. I've experienced it all. But this was the game that got me into the series back then. The original Escape was just a little childhood memory. This was what actually got me into the series. If it weren't for this one, I wouldn't have bought the other games. Wouldn't have bothered to get into it. Yeah, I don't like you. Look at that way. And of course, the monkeys are already acknowledging Spike's existence by making fun of him. He's a fire breather, did you know? Oh, so close, but yet so far away. What would I say about that statement I made earlier about this being a tutorial level? Yeah, you wouldn't have normally the same amount of monkeys here if this were level 2 or something, but Then again, if I put that kind of restriction in mind, then you could essentially make any level 2. Just make it more challenging than level 1 and bada bing, bada boom. And that's for the mysterious stage for now. Yep, we haven't bothered to complete a single one. Well, aside from the normal clear that we gotta do.
Pretty good.
Yeah, this game has that Super Mario 64 thing where you gotta leave a level once you got a certain amount of monkeys. I mean, it makes sense. You can't get everything right away, but it's really annoying when you can't just go get the ones that are available. Oh well.
I've been waiting for you, Spike. You and I are gonna get down and dirty, so come and get some!
And already we're being challenged to Special's type of race. Remember Jake? He was that rival that Spectre advertised. Unfortunately, this is all they really use him up for. He's just your rival in these little challenges things that you occasionally have to do. There's not too much to deal with him anyway. So yes, I guess he's just sort of a throw-in in this game for these challenges. I mean, he offers nothing. He's like, for a rival character, he's pretty lackluster. He just, all you do is just race him, and that's it. It's just, yeah. I guess early in development, they probably had to make a character, and well, here we go. So yeah, Jake's probably lost potential. He's a guy you race. You don't even like have any like actual gladiator fights or anything like that, like the original game calls these races.
Pretty good, Spike. Now you ready for some real action?
Well, I hope you enjoyed part 2. See you in part 3. notyourusualZero, signing off.